What's going on, everyone? Badger here, and we've got some Fantastic Four news. And I'm going to call it news, even though it's technically a rumor, but sort of backs up a rumor we heard last year about the setting and time period piece that we might be getting with Fantastic Four in the MCU. So let's see. We have this one here from comicbookmovie.com. There's been speculation for a while now that Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four movie could be a period piece. Various rumors and leaks point to the story taking place in the 1960s, meaning the MCU debut of Marvel's first family can play out during the same time period as their earliest comic book adventures. I'd also say it gives them a really good excuse of where the hell they've been all this time and why we didn't see them during all the pivotal things that have happened. You could also say they're on an entirely different Earth because multiverse, but whatever. Either way, having them, do something in the 1960s and then disappear and then reappear in modern times is at least one way to excuse their absence. Here we go. Continuing, it says whether they hail from a different reality or Earth 616 past remains to be seen. Though it's an intriguing approach to the material, which has both upsides and downsides. How much of a genius can Reed Richards be in the present day if he was first an inventor more than 60 years ago? Well, considering that Reed Richards is supposed to be literally the smartest person in possibly existence, I don't think it would take him very long to get up to speed on modern technology. Leaker Cryptic for Qual recently took to X to share a rumor Fantastic Four will be shot in 18 frames per second and interpolated to 24 frames per second. I don't know what that means, except they're going to shoot it in less frames per second and make it look like it's higher frames per second, which mimics the way old school movies look. Remember Super 8 film created in 1965, suggesting the plan is to imitate, the format so the reboot boasts a unique look with scenes appearing as if they were shot during the 1960s. There's a risk that will wear thin across the course of a 2-hour movie, so perhaps the team simply ends up stranded in the 60s for a brief spell. It's feasible, for example, that when Reed, Sue Storm, Ben Grimm, and Johnny Storm were inadvertently sent back in time after being bombarded with cosmic rays, leaving them temporarily trapped in the past until they're able to return home. We'll have to wait and see. I'd rather they just be born and be from the 60s. They have their acts, then they do something, and the climax of the first film is they get puffed or cut out of time, and then they come back in the very end or whatever. Either way, they need to explain why they haven't been around for decades. Same thing with the X-Men. So, either way, it seems Marvel Studios and filmmaker Matt Shockman have unique plans for Fantastic Four, and with any luck, an official casting announcement is going to be made. And we've seen some of those ones. They look all right. I am not sold on Pedro Pascal at all for Mr. Fantastic. His name is Reed Richards, not Reed Ricardo, but just and also from an acting, I just Pedro is I was really a fan of him in Game of Thrones, and then like the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, and he has just worn thin with me. And oh, that's the mistake of hearing actors talk in their personal life. Fantastic Four, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, debuted in 1960. Yeah, and they just give who the Fantastic Four is. And if you don't, well, there's no sense in me reading to you the actual original depiction of them because the chances that they're going to be actually like their original depictions are slim to none in modern Marvel. The director is Matt Shockman, of course, and here's the co-writers, Josh Friedman, who did Avatar: The Way of Water. I very forget. The only thing I remember from Way of the Water was the boat captain saying, "If you can't get out of it, get into it," which is some pretty good life advice. And WandaVision's Cam Squires. WandaVision was good until Doctor Strange didn't show up at the end, and they made Wanda seem like a hero for enslaving an entire town of men, women, and children. That was fun. And then the actual, yeah, whatever. Let's see. Let's see. We're not going to see this for years anyway. Anything could change. Remember, the next year, the only thing that's coming out is Deadpool. So a lot could change on the road to 2025. And as Rachel Zegler says, it's Hollywood, baby. All right. Thank you for staying in there this long. If you like this, please, by all means, like, share, and subscribe. If not, well, don't. But please, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.